We are here today together for the Jordan Valley. But what can be done to strengthen the Jordan Valley, and what can you do to help? I now have the honor to invite Motti Isaak, CEO of the Holy Land Redemption Fund. Motti.
Thank you to Minister Akunis. Thank you to you, Reverend Welsh. It was great to hear you. And thank you for the arrangement that we did together with our Consul General in Houston, Gilad Katz, who is now in Israel, and we wish his father a very speedy and full recovery. And thank you to you, all our dear friends and honored friends who are with us today on this special broadcast, live from Ma'ale Ephraim in the heart of Israel, against the stunning backdrop of the Jordan Valley here behind me. Welcome, and I'm very happy and excited to be here with you today. The Jewish people have had a long and arduous journey since its inception as a nation and until this day, celebrating Jewish national independence after 2,000 years of wandering all over the globe. They weren't always easy times. As we dwelt outside the land of Israel, we were repeatedly persecuted, attacked, and murdered. Yet as the hardships increased, so did our yearning. Jews have always prayed for our beloved land, for Mount Zion, for Jerusalem. In the north, they turned south. In the south, they turned north, west to east, and east to west. Wherever they were, they faced Jerusalem, the holy city, 3 times a day, crying, "And may our eyes behold your merciful return to Zion," and prayed for the fulfillment of the visions of our prophets. From the divine promise of "to you I will give this land," through the birth of the people as they left Egyptian slavery, and Jeremiah's prophecy of "you will yet plant vineyards in the mountains of Samaria," to the Inquisition, pogroms, and the Holocaust, the Jewish people, determined and focused, always looked forward and kept marching towards the land of Israel. There were ups and downs, despair and devastation, but the goal remained the same, because the land of Israel belongs to the people of Israel. Throughout the generations, Jews made their way here, sometimes many, sometimes few, until the end of the 19th century, when the Zionist awakening bore a variety of movements, particularly in Eastern Europe. Modern Zionist history is overflowing with heroic stories and the remarkable adherence of so many to the word of the living God. Now is not the time to detail this magnificent history, from the Balfour Declaration and the San Remo Conference, through the pre-state days of terror, swarms and malaria, to the incredible establishment of a Jewish state in the land of Israel. After the Six-Day War, in which the Almighty miraculously and with a strong and outstretched arm led the Jewish people back to all of Western Eretz Israel, I, like many other immigrants, can testify to the aching yearning in my heart and the hearts of my friends, in our case in Denmark, to come here fast, to touch the stones and walk and work the earth of this holy land. The Six-Day War brought a new spirit to the people. Very quickly, those faithful to the Torah and the land spoke about the wish to return and settle the liberated areas in which our ancestors lived and the events of the Bible took place. It started in the area south of Jerusalem, Gush Etzion and Hebron, and after the tough Yom Kippur War in 1973, the wave gained momentum, and the Gush Emunim movement spearheaded a popular drive to settle the areas across Judea and Samaria. The pioneers were ready, and despite the hardships and challenges, they established small outposts which became moshavim, communities, towns and cities, pioneer after pioneer, tent after tent, prefab after prefab, and then houses, industrial areas, schools, kindergartens, roads, and Jewish life was thriving again in the ancient land of Israel. After 2,000 years, 500,000 people in dozens of communities doing what is good in the eyes of God. Dear and beloved friends, our partners in faith and the book of books, lovers of this wonderful land, indefatigable supporters of the Jewish people and its rights to its land. It is a great honor for me to speak to you here today on this auspicious occasion. You are our truest and most loyal friends, and I salute you for your clear and determined stand for us and our country, wherever you may be. Here we are in the Jordan Valley, the eastern border of western Eretz Israel, and through which the river Jordan flows. Only a few kilometers from here, at Gilgal, the Jewish people crossed the river as they entered the Promised Land. This too was liberated in the Six-Day War, and today it is Israel's security border. It is a huge area that rises from the Dead Sea in the south to Bet Sha'an in the north and represents a natural continuation of the mountains of Samaria and Binyamin, which slope down to the valley. We all pass through here on our way from Jerusalem to Tiberias and the Sea of Galilee. We are here today because our precious historic Jordan Valley needs a boost. While the other liberated areas enjoy population growth and economic development, the Jordan Valley has been somewhat left behind. This area needs special investment, and that is why we set up the Holy Land Redemption Fund to achieve the sacred goal of strengthening and building this unique stretch of historical and biblical real estate. Since the time of Abraham, the Jewish people have been redeeming lands in Eretz Israel, and so too throughout the modern Zionist era. Since we returned to our homeland, much land has been redeemed in Judea and Samaria, and generations of families are now living in these areas. Our NGO aims to redeem land in the Jordan Valley and develop the population and the local economy on all levels. We view this as a sacred task because it will hugely reinforce our hold on the valley and the region as a whole. We want to bring more Israelis to live here. We want to develop agriculture and clean industries. That's what we did in Judea and Samaria. Private initiatives that convince the authorities to help us. And that's what we want to do in the Jordan Valley with you, our friends and partners from all over the world. Dear friends, I am deeply moved and grateful to you, to the Almighty, for the opportunity we have to share the idea of continued land redemption with you here today. We would love to welcome you here in the amazing Jordan Valley once it becomes possible again. We will be happy to come to your community and tell the story and together reach our goals. Thank you all again. Thank you to Consul General Gilad Katz. Thank you to Reverend Welsh. And thank you to a very good friend in Houston, Brand Burleson, for your tremendous assistance. Thank you to my colleagues in the Holy Land Redemption Fund, and thank you to the team that worked so hard to make this event a success. Shalom from the land of Israel. Shalom from the Jordan Valley. May God bless you all. Thank you very much.